Robert and welcome to the Week 8 update for autumn session. As we told you last week, the university's new Vice-Chancellor has been announced. Professor Paul Wellings will take over from long-serving Vice-Chancellor Professor Gerard Sutton in the new year. Professor Wellings comes to UOW from Lancaster University in the UK, where he has served as Vice-Chancellor for the past 9 years. Professor Sutton says he is personally satisfied to know an eminent and experienced person will succeed him. But, as he told UOW TV earlier this year, it's business as usual for him until then.
This is my final year, but I'm the Vice-Chancellor until the 31st of December 2011, and that's how I'm approaching it.
Have you ever wanted to build your own car and then race it around a track? Well, the University Society of Automotive Engineers, better known as FSAE, does just that. It recently held its annual Sponsors Drive Day at Wollongong City Raceway, and Rebecca Davis went along and filed this report.
The FSAE competition calls for engineering students to design and build an open-wheel formula-style race car. Last week, the UOW team held its annual Sponsors Drive Day at Wollongong City Raceway. The sponsors were given the chance to drive the car, and it was the racing team's way of showing their thanks and appreciation.
And what we're doing here today is it's the Sponsorship Drive Day. So we've invited all the sponsors from last year here to have a go of our race car, just to thank them for their support last year.
Each team and their custom-built car is pitted against each other at regional events every year. It has been running in Australia now for over a decade and attracts more than 30 different teams.
We compete against other universities from around Australia and around the world in a competition in Melbourne in December at the end of the year.
There are over 8 competitions held internationally every year, and the UOW team has been involved for over a decade. Since then, the team has won over 3 Australian Asian Championships, and in 2003, they became the first team outside the USA to win the world title. Rebecca Davis reporting for UOW TV.
Future leaders are continuing to take part in the successful Big Fish Leadership Program. The seminars aim to allow students an opportunity to discuss and think about varying aspects of leadership and why it is important in today's world. UOW's Dr. Glenn Mitchell says students can challenge themselves to be better.
Today we were talking about maybe some of the challenges that students could take up by adding value to their degree and looking at a university in ways that are not just the simple come, do the lectures, do the exercise, get the degree, graduate, go away and say goodbye university and never come back. I think it's university education is a lot more than that.
Swati Dharmaraj encourages students to attend the Big Fish seminars and enhance their leadership skills.
It's about what's important to build a community, how a leader goes about doing this, and Big Fish is more to do, it's an ongoing thing so that uni students can attend workshops every week according to their schedule as well.
We hear a lot about good health and patient care. So, with an ageing population, what is being done to plan for the future and make sure people with extra care needs are being looked after? The recent Illawarra Aged Care Forum gave those involved in the health sector an opportunity to discuss what should be done.
I guess it's about looking at Australians as they age, how we manage to ensure that people have access to care, that they have choice, that they have dignity, and that also that the industry is viable and sustainable going forward.
New research has been completed into obesity and how it affects the human body. Professor Margaret Morris from the University of New South Wales presented a lecture last week at UOW on the topic. She discussed how diet can affect the body's mechanisms to maintain weight, which can lead to obesity.
Well, we know that when people are stressed, some people respond by eating more palatable, high-fat, high-energy food. And if that continues over time, of course, one would be increasing their calorie intake and possibly gaining weight. Our animal studies suggest that in those who are stressed, yummy food makes you feel better. So maybe there's a biological reason why people are doing this.
And finally, this week has started with the commemoration of Anzac Day. Australians coming together at RSL clubs and cenotaphs across the country to remember the sacrifices of those who fought and died in war. Rebecca Davis reports on the significance of Anzac Day and its relevance in 2011.
Anzac Day is more than the anniversary of Gallipoli. It is a day of national remembrance, a time when all Australians reflect on the many meanings of war.
It's an important day for many people around the nation, because if we look back over the last 100 years, over 100,000 people have paid the supreme sacrifice. So there are many families out there who have lost people, and it's no different to anyone else visiting a cemetery.
Students from UOW both celebrated and commemorated this special day, helping to keep the spirit of the Anzac tradition well and truly alive.
Anzac Day for me is a celebration of those who have gone and died for our country.
Part of Anzac Day is bringing the community together in a celebration, but you've also got to remember the sacrifices that the people have given for our country.
Rebecca Davis, UOW TV.
And that's our update for week 8. I'm Robert Virtue. From all of us here at UOW TV, have a great week.